Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about the 4 best ways to meet a quality Filipina here in the Philippines. Stick around. So I just did a live stream on my channel and I put a questionnaire out about what are the 4 preferred methods that you would want to use to meet a quality Filipina. And the highest one, which I will discuss first, is simply boots on the ground, meaning if you want to meet a good Filipina, really what you should do is land here and just go out and introduce yourself to a girl cashier at the supermarket or the waitress or just all kinds of different places, wherever you see and meet Filipinas on a daily basis. Now, this is probably the best method, I won't argue, because you can see there's no filters or anything. You meet them, you see them, you know what they look like. You can kind of get a sense of their character, you know, a good first impression, and a lot of people rely on that. So this is probably the best method for most people. Now, the problem with this method, though, are people that come out here not to live. Now, if you're going to live here, then this is hands down probably the best option, right? But if you are not moving out here yet, and you're coming out here maybe just to meet somebody, and maybe you don't have a lot of time, well, if you meet a girl who's, let's say, a waitress, and you're here for 2 weeks or something, she might say, you know what, I don't have another day off for another 8 days. And then she has 1 day off, and maybe she's got to do her laundry and do some errands. And so by the time you meet her, maybe you've only got a few hours or something with her, and she doesn't have another day off for another 7 days or so. And the problem with this then, again, is you just don't really have time to get to know each other. You might be able to get her social media and correspond, but then it turns into an LDR, which is probably the worst way. So yes, boots on the ground is probably the best option, but it's really the best option for people who are going to be here permanently, or maybe even a long extended trip like 90 days or 6 months, maybe testing out the Philippines. But otherwise, boots on the ground is really mainly for long-term and people who live here. Now, second option would be people who are coming out here eventually and they want to meet somebody and they get online. Now, I still tell people this, even though I came up with a video saying that online is now being saturated by a lot of scammers. Filipinas have discovered, their friends have told them, or maybe during the pandemic they got online out of boredom or looking for somebody. They couldn't meet anyone in person anymore, so they went and they signed up with these online dating sites. So I think it has attracted a lot more scammers. There's still some good quality ones. The ones I recommend are down in the description. But in my opinion, the only way to really use online dating is one of two things. One, you have purchased your plane ticket to come out to the Philippines. You have a plane ticket, you know exactly when you arrive, you know where you're going to arrive, and you can start chatting girls. Okay, you're arriving in Cebu, and you can say, hey, I'm landing in Cebu on this date. I would love to meet up, and you can start corresponding. You can show her your ticket to prove, because a lot of girls, they get guys who chat with them, and they tend to never come out, or they ghost them, and vice versa. But if you use this method, then have a ticket already in hand. Or when you're here, you can get online and meet, and then when you talk to them, you can simply say, hey, I am here, I would like to meet up, let's go meet. And really within a few days of chatting, if they aren't really ready to maybe meet up or anything, then you kind of move on to the next one. That's just the way it is. You kind of figure out who's serious and who's not. If they're asking for your money, block and move on. It's not really that difficult of a process, though it is a bit time consuming and you do have to weed through a lot of nonsense. But there are some quality Filipinas out there. A lot of people have met their Filipinas this way, and it's still going to be kind of a thing of the up-and-coming generation or the current generation people, Filipinas, they get online. You want to meet somebody. Nowadays, people get online. That's just the way it is. So I think as long as you are here or got a plane ticket in hand, this still can be a really great way of meeting somebody. Again, takes a lot more work, a lot more time consuming. You got to get through the scammers and the people who aren't serious. So I would say don't put all your eggs in one basket. Chat with a few that you're interested in. At least that way, if you show up here and one ghosts you or it doesn't pan out, at least you've been chatting with a couple of them, and then you can move on to the next one. Or if the very first one that you're most interested in and you meet her and things are great, then you can just tell the other two, hey, I've met somebody, things are working out, so sorry. Now, the third option is a combination of boots on the ground and online. And I think, again, this is more for people who are here long term or who are going to live here. So again, just going out and trying to meet somebody in person, still the best way, but also a combination of the online, and I think this probably produces the best results for most people. Most people, again, at some point in time have gotten online to find somebody. People talk about, well, this site's full of scammers, this site's not, this site's better, this site's not. It really depends on who you talk to, because if somebody jumped onto this certain dating site and they met somebody, then they're going to say, hey, this dating site's great, it worked for me. And if you met a bunch of scammers on a certain dating site, then people are going to say, hey, this dating site sucked. So it really is just a perspective of, how it worked out for you. And again, it just takes time, takes a lot of work, but I think in combination of trying to meet somebody in person and getting online probably produces the best results. Now, the last one that I want to mention is a company, and I think they've changed their name. It's called AFA, which is a foreign affair. And as far as I know, they have offices or socials in Cebu and Davao. Now, I've had two friends now that I know that have met their Filipina that way at one of these social events, and now they are actually married to them. One is already, they just had a kid. So I know it works. Here's the thing though, they both have told me this: if you're going to sign up for some kind of a service like this, it's best just to do the social event. Don't sign up where you get online and choose somebody to correspond with, because they really nickel and dime you. They want to charge you for each correspondence back and forth. If she messages you, you have to pay to read her correspondence. If you want to send her a message, you have to pay for that, and it really adds up fast. And then if you want to book one of their events in Davao or Cebu and you go through them, well, they start booking the hotel and the events and all kinds of things, all these extra charges that I think you can avoid. And so what my friends have told me is that if you're interested in this, what you do is you contact them directly and say, I only want to go to the social event, which is on a Saturday and a Sunday. So let me explain how that works. So you show up on a Saturday at this event, and typically they try, I guess, to have around 100 girls. I think Davao would probably be even better because probably less foreigners. More foreigners would end up in Cebu, and more of those girls would have more exposure to other foreigners. So I think Davao would be a better option if I was going to do it, if I was a single guy. So you sign up for the event, show up on a Saturday, and they have music, they have entertainment, they have great food, they've got games and prizes and all kinds of things going on. It's a full night of entertainment. And basically you sit at a table, and I think about every 10 or 15 minutes you rotate. So maybe you're sitting with 6 girls, and then you move on to the next table, and kind of until you've rotated through the whole thing, and then there's dancing and games with them. And so it can be a lot of fun from what I understand. And then you can exchange information like your Facebook or phone number, anything like that. And then you can correspond with them on your own. You don't need to go through the service. So you can do one of their social planned events, like an outing to the Davao Crocodile Farm or to Samal Island or whatever they do. And it would be the whole group of guys and the girls that they signed up to they want to have a date with. And they, I guess, will help you. They will even say, you can let them know, you say, hey, I'm interested in this girl, and they will give her your information or something. So that's how it works. And then on the next day, Sunday, it's a whole new set of girls again. And so what they say is, don't make your selection until you've done the whole weekend, have met all the girls. And then you can choose which ones you're interested in and kind of go out on dates and stuff. And so they told me if they were to do it again, that is what they would do. No correspondences, nothing like that. Just simply do the social event, and that's it. Don't do any of the other stuff. And now a lot of people are going to say, well, you know what? I don't need that. I don't need that. I have no problem meeting girls. And it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. It's probably more designed for guys who are here on a very short term. They don't have a lot of time, and they want to meet a bunch of girls and see what their best option is. Or they are an introvert. They're very shy. They're very reserved guys. Well, this is a easy way to meet. Now, it's not cheap. I don't know the exact price. You can Google it, AFA. You'll find YouTube videos and everything, and their website. I don't know what their website is. And you can get the prices. But so for guys with not a lot of time, and guys who are very shy, introvert, and just kind of a little bit socially awkward maybe, this might be the best option for you, really. So there you have it. There's 4 options that can work well for different types of guys and different situations, you know, whether you have a lot of time, short time, you're living here permanently, you're shy, you're not shy. There's a whole bunch of different factors, but they all can actually work for you. And you know, a lot of times the girls that you really want to meet are the ones that really aren't even on the dating sites. They are girls just working their jobs, maybe get a day off a week. When when they have their day off, they're doing their laundry, they're doing some errands, they're just at home relaxing and doing their thing. And so you almost have to go to these like little restaurants, maybe that aren't the Western restaurants. You got to get to the restaurants or the little coffee shops around the colleges, or the hangouts around maybe a hospital where all the nurses go. And there's places like that all over Dumaguete and Davao and other places. And you just have to kind of go where they are and kind of hang out. And they're probably more than open of meeting and dating a foreigner. They just don't have the time or have the opportunity or have even thought about going online to do this. So there's definitely a lot of good girls out here still, even though the online does attract a lot more scammers now. Can still find some good ones on there as well. So anyway, questions or comments, let me know down in the comment section. And guys, check out my website, geointhephilippines.com, for a lot more information, my travel list of essentials that I highly recommend for living or traveling out here. And you can sign up for a consultation if you have questions, need help with your travels or moving out here. And I've got a hotel list for guys who don't know exactly where to stay. Well, these are hotels that I've vetted. So check out my website. And there's also a PDF on traveling or moving out to the Philippines, kind of a checklist of things to prepare for. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.